1 hour, this is 2 hours. Take that picture again. So. Do you want me to be in the picture? No. So this part and this part. So it has to be 8. It has to have 8 questions. So Pali to English is exercise 11. Again, this is also exercise 11.
I had a typo. Still ahead.
But you know for sure that part 1 doesn't take 1 hour. When you finish early, you can have the next one. You move to the next one.
Go out there. Get right in there. Yeah, there's no.
Sherry is waiting for the bell. We have to do that.
It's not as good without you in it, but.
Okay.
So it's 3 rounds and 12 aspects?
The one we discussed yesterday.
Oh, yeah, okay.
First sermon of the Buddha.
Do we have to know the Pali?
No.
Is that okay?
No.
No, I don't know.
That's on question 8. Right?
It's on question 7.
7.
Yeah.
So we don't need to know the Pali for the formal names for 12 links or Eightfold Path?
No, you do need.
For that you do need.
So you need it for both 7 and 8?
Yeah, you have with Pali terms there.
This is with Pali terms, okay?
Just 8.
For 7, when you explain about 3 rounds and 12 aspects, I'm not expecting Pali from you.
Okay.
So how unfair is this? Right from 1 to 10.
Could be better, could be worse.
So I assume this is manageable for you for the content we taught here?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So next week, whatever we learn, you can relax and learn. I mean, next time we meet. Good? Okay. So, because I need little time to correct these, and I like to give them back, let me ask you to work on translation of exercise 11. Do you want to do that? So you as the class can discuss and do it together, or do it individually, but ask questions from anyone, they will not be offended. Or ask me as well. Let me open it. Oh, you don't see the screen?
Yeah, you're plugged in, not plugged in.
I unplugged because I was working on the final paper. So get your writing books and then start working on it. If you want to come to the whiteboard, you are welcome to. So I think we... Wow. That's the ground floor, right? Yeah. So... Because this exercise 11 will be important. It's coming for the exam. So that's why we are working on it.
How many exercise 11 on the exam?
So I have given 10 and then you will write to 8 out of 10.
But it could be any of 1 through 20, right? Or I forget, each one's 1 through 10, or they're 1 through 20?
It's
Yeah,
1
so it could be
to 1
any-
through 20.
Yeah.
Yes, because I removed some sentences that I didn't like.
I've seen
We're going
sentences.
to do 8 of each.
Do you want me to keep the Pali open on the screen? You all have books though.
Yes, it's the page 32 and 33.
Yeah.
Are the ones we did in class the ones you did not like?
No, I can't remember.
So we have
So we have 20 in exercise 11, Pali to English,
20. Yes?
and then 20 in English to Pali.
So we have to pick how many out of those?
For the exam,
Yes.
I have picked them. I have picked 10 of them, and you will be answering 8 of those 10.
Oh, okay.
So the idea is to get you to do all the exercise 11 and all the exercise 11 from English to Pali as well.
So then you're going to have 4 from English to Pali and 4,
No, 8.
8 total?
20 total.
10.
10 out of
20.
16.
16 total that you'll be working.
16 out of 20
Yeah.
out
We
of
have to
40.
answer
Yeah.
16.
Mhm.
So it's
But we have to answer
How's it going?
16. 8 of 10 each. Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to get them. I first have to show them that we have enough work in the question paper. If not, it'll be just you doing 1 hour exam and then leaving. But if I can talk into getting it reduced, then I will do that. So it's Venerable Kong Yan who is submitting the question paper, printed question paper. She's post-mailing it. So my idea is to get less work for you. So whether you do 5 or 8, the fact that you learn it is the goal. So
Well, one of the goals is to pass. Which is a high hurdle for some of us.
but
Not for me.
and you're doing this. When are you doing the final exam?
It's the end of June.
No.
That's a long wait.
I was like, what? Oh, it's like,
That is a long,
That's like 1 semester of no Pali at all.
right? And then we're doing our,
Be another semester.
And you'll be learning other things too.
they originally wanted us to wait the full 2 years, and then they were going to give us all of our finals at once.
That's the
Oh, no, I wanted that. Remember, we had to like fight to get them to do it at the end of 1 year.
Right, yeah.
So it was pretty crazy.
well. That's the purpose of my meeting with him. He said the university policy is to do it at the end of the year. I think the goal also is that someone likes to come to this place and see whether we have actually done it. So it's easy if they come just one time
Right.
for everything.
Oh,
So they stay 1 week doing, letting you write all these exams and they collect them and they go home. They like to see this country.
Actually, we
You
like to
should
see.
come more often.
Actually, we want to come there.
You want to go to Sri Lanka?
Yeah, it's
So
easy for
Master,
them.
I think with Master we should plan a trip to Sri Lanka. I'm planning to go in April. So let's go.
Okay.
Do it after 13th of April.
Yeah.
After the tax day, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how grumpy you all will be.
Before to get the IRS.
Yeah, so right after that we can go to Sri Lanka. If they are coming here, why not? So if I have to be here in early April, then I have to plan my trip late April. Then.
Actually, we need to send somebody to bring them here, though.
Why?
So you can go then bring.
That's his plan. You know him long enough.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
The right concentration.
Actually, I think we should all plan a trip to Sri Lanka as a class.
Yes, yeah.
Extra credit.
So we're thinking.
Toshita and I can be guides.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Student exchange or something.
Yeah. So it will not be expensive to, it's just the airfare and then the country, living in Sri Lanka. If you are not going for very expensive hotels, you can manage.
Even if they go to expensive hotel, the money is
Not that bad, yeah. Not like here.
When's a good time historically to buy reasonable airfare there? Or,
6 months in advance.
6 months.
Except if you are looking at a season when like students are flying back and forth, then the prices will be higher.
So when?
Like right now, from now through December, it's a lot of students starting new semesters, so they know that the parents are also flying and they increased. It's a seasonal thing, and it's the winter here, so people escape this country to Asia, so they increase the flights. So it's now around 1500 to 1800. If you can get something around 1,000 US dollars, you are in a deal. It's a decent deal.
So like 6 months out, not in the winter time.
Yeah. Not in the early start of winter time, so. Anyone working on the screen? Can I do something on the screen? You have your books, you have your own computers, so. Because I have to open exercise 6 for something else.
We have the book, yes.
Yeah. This will be like exam work for you, so you get the feeling of it.
Yes.
Are you sweating and shivering?
Hey guys, is gold naan rice?
Yes. Boiled rice.
Boiled rice?
How did you understand what he just said and I didn't understand?
Boiled rice and then long
Yeah,
for something.
basically sure.
Exercises? Yeah. Pali to English.
Take the piece of paper and the numbers is 25 or
Up to 25.
to
Yes.
25? Okay.
And
25.
yes.
So English and only Pali.
So I have given Pali. You will write the English.
Okay. So not for the number, just English number.
You can write the number also.
Okay. And this one, I don't understand this one.
So for that, if you see in the very beginning of this book,
In PDF book,
or any book, see this. See, this is Nara. It's a masculine stem ending in A. Okay? So this whole thing. Yeah. You need to have the cases and then singular plural.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And this one,
It is actually page 5 in the PDF with
55.
Chinese characters. Yeah.
This one 55.
Yes.
PDF.
Yeah.
And this one, this is a PDF.
The message that we discussed yesterday is, you remember we went to so Corey, it's done copying.
Okay.
If you go to this book, the first one. We remember we did this Sukumalo, like delicate, Ahambikare. I was becoming monks. This is how to translate it. Eva Mesuta. So, Ekan Samaya. Bhagava. Kurusu. You need to know the names that existed at the time of the Buddha. Kurusu Viharati. Kamasa. Dhamma. Nama. Kurunam. Nigamo. Okay, now we want to look at it.
Oh, crap, sorry.
Did you learn Viharati in the class? So, meaning, it's present tense,
Dwelling, living,
dwells or lives. Who lives?
looking for God.
Bhagava lives. So Bhagava, blessed one. Where does he live?
Kurusu.
In Kurus. So Kurus means the place where Kurus live. Kuru means small, short people. So they lived in that place. Ekam Samya, what's the case? Accusative case. But this is again answering Corey's question. Ekam Samya in accusative case, but it is put in
Locative form.
the meaning comes from locative form at one time. At one time, the Blessed One lives among the Kurus. So Kurus had many areas, so he was living in that area. May we have learned is by me. That's your translation that you learned, right? But may originally means by me. And then this is, what is this means? This is like thus. Sutta is a past participle because it's by me, it is sutam and anyate, heard. Thus heard by me. So then they say, thus have I heard. So then you have got that part and this part, and this is where your knowledge about areas should come. Kamma Dhamma Nama. Nama means named, or named, namely. Kuruna. So it's an O ending, right? Of Kurus. Of Kurus. Nigamo, this is an O ending, and then you go to the dictionary, find out the meaning of it, meaning market town. Of Kurus, market town, the name of the market town is this, Kammasadhamma. Okay? There's a market town, so where do you get there is? It's buried in there. There is a market town named Kammasadhamma of Kurus. So Kurus had a market town where they gathered, and that market town is called Kammasadhamma.
See, I would have tried to break down Kammasa into some future tense.
That's why I say you need to know market town.
Put together.
Yeah, we don't know the market town thing.
So I have broken down Kammasa in some Dhamma is doctrine and
Well then, if you do that, you will get the meaning of that name.
I see.
Like Kusala Jnana. You will not know that's the name of a monk. Then you will think that, oh, this is talking about something wholesome and knowledge, so you may not know how to put them together. So those things come with your readings.
Read a lot, read more.
Read a lot. And don't hesitate, like this class already helps you to find many words already in the beginning of one of the very famous sutras. So your knowledge is very good enough to now go and read the sutras. Don't be discouraged, like we are translating small sentences, but they are doing you good big favors. They are helping you to focus on these sentences and understand. But what is missing sometimes, maybe you will, now bhikkhavo, this is vocative form. Nobody needs to help you with that. You already know. Bhadante iti, I have told that part. Te bhikkhu, those monks. You know what the meaning of te, right? Te means those or they. Te bhikkhu, those monks. Bhadante, saying venerable sir, those monks. Bhagavato. So you find Bhagavato to the Blessed One, dative singular, Pachasosum. This is where you need some work. Then you need to break this down and see, okay, what's that word? So you perhaps go to the dictionary, if you are lucky, you will find exact word and then find the meaning, or you may have to break it. Pachasosum, this is how it is made. It comes from pati, asosum. So they made him here. That's the literal meaning, like made him here as Venerable Sir. Which means they just say Venerable Sir. Okay, I will explain that a little bit more. Pati means in return. Assosum, made here. Made here in return. So that means they replied. Replied. How did they reply? In quotation marks you find Badante. They say Badante, venerable sir. Usually their hands together and they do that. Well, this is the lesson. Now you must be wondering, you see Pati here and then you see Pacha here. How did Pati become Pacha? There's a rule for that. And that rule is learned under Sandhi lessons. Sandhi means word combinations. Or it's called euphonic combinations. For the convenience of pronunciation, instead of saying Pati Assosum, they naturally began to say Pacha Assosum. So that's how language evolves. That's how, that if you want to be scholarly or a little bit interested in grammar, well, you will be, because you are basically teaching something that is Greek for many people. So you will be able to catch this and then work on it. So your fear for sutras should vanish when you see it this way. Of course, even as someone who reads Pali all the time, I have to get the help of the dictionary, because I am not reading it daily. I am reading sutras when I like some sutras, when I want to give a teaching about it. Even the Buddha didn't want to give teachings, he found out yesterday, right? So he said it would be tiresome. I know that, that's why. So if I put yourself in the position of a teacher, not for teaching Pali, but generally to teach Dhamma, you will find how well prepared you should be. Some of you are Dhamma teachers. You don't want to sit there and say, I don't know for everything. There's a way you say it. I kind of understand it, but there's no good answer for that off of my head right now. Let me talk to my teacher and then give that response to you. Instead of you disappointing the audience with very empty words. But it's a good quality to say you don't know, basically. The biggest part of getting rid of ignorance is knowing that you don't know. Okay. I will open another sutra. Name any sutra that you want to work on. Do you remember any sutra?
Metta Sutta.
That's right.
Metta Sutta.
That's what it looked like to me, too.
How about some of the untranslated Abhidhamma, right?
That's possible. That's the one thing. You gotta have something.
A lot of these words you can work on. We will come back to exercise 11. see Karaniya. Then you have, I'm not going to write it exactly that way, Atta. Find the meanings of these words. Kusalena. Okay. You can find Yang, it's in the book. You can find Tam, also in the book. It's a declension of proper nouns. Santam. Pada. Abhisamicca. Okay, there is a comma after that. Sakko. Ujucha. You know the meaning of cha, right? Cha, sujucha. Suvacho. Suvacho chase. Chase. Mudu. Anatimani. Then the list goes on like Santustako, Subhacha, Subharocha, Apatichocha, Salakauti. So there's a lot of names there. I mean, different adjectives there. Okay, if you have question marks on your face, that's because you are seeing the whole context and you are saying, I don't know this, I don't know this, I don't know this. Okay, that's your natural reaction. This is your first time trying anything like this. It's just like you are now standing in a roller coaster and it's there. How do they turn on a switch or something? So, and they are about to do that and you are sweating. It's all your imagination that gives you that fear. Just don't think too much. Like pushing the wheelbarrow is easy than thinking about it. Thinking is the hardest part. Okay. Okay. Atta means your dictionary mind. Atta means meaning. Okay. Kusala you know, right? Then kusala ena. So ena has instrumental singular ending. So by someone who does kusala. It's a long meaning. By kusala, I'm going to say by kusala. By me.
So that's the name.
That's not a name, but that's the person who may do meaningful, wholesome things. By someone who does kusala.
I think a common translate, those who are skilled in goodness or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Karaniya. Karaniya means, we didn't discuss this in the class. What should be done? What should be done? So they translate skilled here for kusala. So then they add disease because it's not implied. It's not in the actual text. This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness. So atta they translate as goodness. So they work again and again in these words to get the best meaning possible. So by one who is skilled in goodness, this is what should be done. You see the meaning emerging? out of that first few lines. Young means one who. Tang means that. I just told Tang means that to Jeff, right? That. Santam Pada. Santam Pada means peace. Santa means peaceful, serene, peaceful. Pada means path. I mean, I'm just giving meanings like a dictionary here, but you will do it on your own with the help of a natural dictionary. So one who Abhisamecha, entered. One who has entered that peaceful path. Okay? One who has entered, so you have to get the meaning off of the context. One who has entered that peaceful path. What is that peaceful path? The path leading to nirvana. The path leading to final peace. So this is an O ending, Sakko, being abled. Sakka means someone who can do, capable. So you have the mindset that I can do this. That mindset. Uju means straightforward. When you know a little bit of grammar, the rest is just finding meanings of each word. Suju. So it's the same uju but with S emphasis. Means very straightforward. Suvacha means obedient. Cha means and also. Asa, to him. Mudu, you are a soft person. Anatimani. Anatimani means there's a word for that. Not with too much conceit. Give me an English word. Humble, yeah. So Atimani is someone who has conceit, extreme conceit. Anatimani means na atimani. He does not have too much conceit. I will write that here. Atimani. Too much conceit. Anatimani. So the opposite of it, not conceited. So it's hard to translate Pali into English with literal exact meaning, but you'll have to get closer to it and then see. Amaravati has a chanting of this. This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness, who knows the path of peace. You chant that here every day, right? Yeah. So we do too. So that translation is the closest you can get. One of the closest you can get to the Pali. So this is my translation. Yeah.
What is the S emphasis that you were talking about?
S emphasis is like you can, if you leave it as uju, like here. Mm-hmm. So uju is straightforward. So S, when you put it's not just S actually. You say Su Uju. But what happened is that these two became lengthened to make Su. So it's Su, it's a prefix you have added. And the prefix kind of gives more emphasis to the meaning.
Okay.
You remember we discussed 20 prefixes?
Right.
Su is one of them. I'm not sure if you were there in that 20 prefixes class. Maybe not. That's okay though. This is a little thing that you will learn. So everything we have discussed is even in the Karnimetta Sutra. I'm not defending my teachings, but I'm telling you, these things are not to be feared. Just spread bunch of words and start working on them, and also you will be an expert in it. What is needed is, like even for meditation, they say 50% of meditation is to come to the cushion. You have to first be there, and then the rest is the other 50%, whatever you do. People never make their mind to do the work. Any more questions or fears or concerns that you will express? This is just to answer Kaushika's question, how do we... But just so you know, Karnimetta Sutra is more of a poetic, it's a chanting one, and it is one of the oldest language, context as compared to many sutras. So the format here and the language style is very, very archaic, very old.
Which sutra is this?
The Metta Sutra.
Oh.
This one. So Santusako. Santusako means someone who is contented. So O is an O ending, then you know it's a nominative, singular. Right? Cha also. Subharocha. Subhara means you can easily feed them. They are not expecting too much. Appakicho, this is a very good quality to have. Bahukicha means lot of things to do. Appakicha means less things to do. Because when you have too much to do, you can't really focus on loving kindness. You are stressed. People who say, I can only do one thing at a time, they are telling the truth. Your mind can only do one thing at a time. Just when you have too many things happening around you, you may think that you are doing too many things. No, you can only focus at one thing at a time. See, Sal Lahoka Buddhi. Lahoka Buddhi means simple livelihood, like very simple livelihood. Which is very hard. Like we were talking to the deacon priest who was visiting us. Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting to share, frugal lifestyle they have with ours. And it also almost made me think like I must study their monastic simple lifestyle so that we compare. And they are one of the living systems also as monastics. And Buddhist monastic simplicity and their monastic simplicity of this need to communicate. See, like in their system, for example, for health insurance, they have all the deacon monastics, I think their tradition, about 200 of them have come together and bought a health insurance, which is a church health insurance. But for us, we don't have anything like that. So they sorted that problem out in the 90s, the earlier days. We as monks coming here, we are struggling, like we don't get paid to live in our monasteries and for the services we do, so we need to find a way, like can we all, like it's different states, different legal systems, but they all have one legal system, makes things easy for them. So any income they have goes directly to their order, like ours, but then we need to be a little bit more organized in terms of that. So simple livelihood. Santindriyo. Santa Indriya means peaceful, serene faculties. Nipako again means something close to not big-headed, but please find the dictionary meaning instead of not trusting me in my translation. I always have trouble when I think of that word. Let me get the meaning anyway. So.
Vipaka is skill?
No.
Not
I go to wisdom libraries most of the time. Oh, it's intelligent, clever. Oh, that's, yeah, wise. That's something to do with that's a problem with, I said big-headed, that's a completely wrong translation. See, I knew it's something to do with the intelligence and the head. That's why I went, to a loose translation, which is, see, it gives a complete opposite meaning if I translated it that way. So full grown, fully developed Nipaka. So oh, that's the sutra. This is an important one. I also forget the meaning of this one. Appagabbo. I think that's the one I was getting. Appagabbo. Modest. Kulesu means in the families, ananugidho, not attached. For example, when you are a mendicant, you may be going for alms round from one house to another, and you see a rich family, and you want to go there daily. That's because you are attached. Their food is good. You're like, okay, I'm coming back. I'm going to stay in this area. So that's a burden for you. That's why, unlike nowadays, Buddha says, live in one place for 3 months in the rains retreat and then travel again. So 3 months is enough for you to make bondages and also dislike people. Good reasons. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. Let's get back to exercise 11 as we planned. But we were also going to name the videos. We don't have much time for that.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Because we don't need it right now, right? Yeah.
It's almost 4.
It's almost 4.
What time is your flight?
7. Have time. No rush. Usually I spend about 1 hour and a half in the airport doing nothing.
Better than missing your plane.
better than we can play.
He's
I've been rushed.
You still understand then you make the just laugh or
Wi-Fi at the airport is not good.
He's a lawyer.
and the judge was
They may not even let you come in.
rephrase that.
Wi-Fi airport.
People in general.
People in general. Airport Wi-Fi is bad.
Huh?
Airport Wi-Fi is bad, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, both is that.
Airport.
In general. Okay, let's pick a sentence that we haven't done here before. Oh, we were in English to Pali, right? Give me a sentence that you are struggling with.
I think
1 through 20.
We were doing
Okay, 11.
Which one, is that 11? English to Pali, English.
Yeah. Probably the English is what we're working on.
Okay.
I know we were struggling.
Did you do number 16?
16 you said?
16?
the 13.
That's
There's a typo in the
oh,
16.
there's one over there too. Yeah, I forgot.
Typo?
Yes, one. I think so. One.
Okay.
Sindumi.
Yeah, that's very wrong, that's wrong. It should be Sindum Hi.
Sindumi, yes.
Yeah.
But Corey got that one down.
No, we didn't make it that far.
Oh, you're going in order.
But they also
On,
question 10.
that's 11, right?
Chora Manjusayo Guham Harisu.
Let's see if you asked the same thing I did.
That one doesn't make sense to me.
That's what I said too, yeah.
Guham is wrong. Something about
Yes, right.
Guham. It has to be two
Yeah.
the cave or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make me feel smart.
Yeah. It's dative in the accusative form.
Yeah,
Dative meaning in the accusative form.
so the thief carried the boxes to the caves.
The thief carried the boxes to the cave.
Thieves.
Yeah, thieves.
Thieves.
Let me give the meanings anyway. Vanitayo Nava, did we do that? Let's go to the beginning. Vanitayo Navahi Gangaya Gachantu. We did that.
We did that.
Tvam Salayam Kanyanam Odanam Pachahi. You cook rice to the ladies in the hall.
I got the ladies with cook rice in the hall. So what was it again?
You cook rice for the girls in the hall.
If you wanted to say cook in the hall, then you will see Salayam right before Pachahi, but it's very close meaning. Like, you can translate it in both ways. You cook rice in the hall for the ladies, okay? In the hall, right? You cook rice for the ladies in the hall. So if you translate it in either way, I will correct it. I will say it's correct. Not that I will. Because those who submitted in the computer, I said correct. I didn't know how to put it in. So that's what I meant, like I will correct. Sache tumhe nahaisata ahampi nahaisami. Okay, we translated that.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah. Yaviso sabhayan katheya ahampi katheyam. If you speak in the council, in the meeting, I will also speak.
If you would speak in the society, in a society,
I would speak too.
and I would speak.
Yes.
Speak in.
Yes. Sabhayam is in. What's least? How did you translate it?
I was looking at 5 and you read that and I'm like, holy cow.
So would it be if you would speak or if he would speak? Because I saw the so and I thought
If
he.
he would speak.
If he.
Okay.
Oh yeah, if not, it's not you, it's he.
If he
Yeah.
would speak.
You have good translators.
It only takes 20 of us to translate.
Oh, we get there in the end.
You know what they say?
Lankaya,
Lady. Lady Falati.
Lankaya Bhupatino Senayo Jayantu.
May the Ceylon's king's armies conquer?
Yes,
Let the king's army conquer the island of Ceylon? Would that work?
yes.
Conquered the island? No, it's Ceylon's kings.
Armies conquered?
It's the army of Ceylon's
There's
kings.
two
No,
derivatives,
you're
right?
not conquering the island.
I thought he was supposed to conquer the island.
How would say that?
I like pretty good.
So Lee doesn't look at the grammar. He thinks something.
We just rewrote history.
So let the Ceylon king
I was the, I said, let the army.
Lee will find it, I think Lee will find it easy if you look at Corey's
You're saying that would be
history.
true historically, Corey? Is that what you're
Well, no, that's what I was saying. I'm like, man, it would just takes a little bit to like transform all of history. Like if Lee was translating ancient texts, all of a sudden it's like, no, that army didn't exist. It got wiped out.
So what is the translation?
May the Ceylon's kings' armies conquer, or may the armies of King Ceylon conquer.
Oh, may
So Lankai Bhupatika, the kings of Sri Lanka.
Boom. Yeah.
So, kings of Sri Lanka. Of the kings of Sri Lanka. Senayo, the armies of the kings of Sri Lanka. Jayantu. May they win. May the armies, or let the armies of the king of Sri Lanka conquer or win.
Let the armies of the Ceylon king.
You can say be victorious.
That might be.
Yeah, be victorious like Jaya He. They say that even in Indonesia they say Jayo to wish you good luck. Like in Myanmar they say Mingala, but they try to say it's Mangala, means good omen to you. Devata Vasudhayam Manusse Rakhantu. We did that, right?
May the earth people protect the Devas. No, I'm just kidding.
It's about time.
That's a lead translation right Corey.
Corey writing the history over here, that's all.
Yes. I will laugh when I am, checking your answers. So anyway, to be sure,
May the Devas protect the people of earth.
yes,
People of the earth.
may the Devas protect the people of earth. Let also. Sachete valukam ahareyam aham tam kenisami.
If they bring,
If you will bring sand, if they will bring the
If they, it's easy to say you,
bring the
but if they,
I will.
That better be some good sand.
I will buy that.
say it again please.
So he said, is that.
What's
So
valukam?
I will buy that.
Sand.
No.
Malcolm? Yeah, that's sand.
Is it sand? Oh, okay. I thought it's like the mare. A horse-like thing that they buy.
That's how we did it earlier, wasn't it?
male is something like
Horses.
maybe.
The sand.
Or was that five bucks? Male is $1.
We did one earlier,
Yeah.
a mare and a horse.
That's
Oh,
$1.
no, that was
You
fine.
bring the mayor. Yeah.
Cucumis utilismus. What is that?
That looks Latin for sand. No, I'm just kidding.
Six definition.
Very clever. It is sand. Yeah.
So if they would bring the sand, I will buy that.
I knew it is sand, but I never wanted to say it.
I will buy it.
I will buy
So
that.
he's buying sand those days. I think he's building a house.
I will buy that sand.
Driveways.
Preventing a flood.
I will buy that sand.
Throwing some bags in the back of his car.
Because isn't that, that's what he said just now. It's
If you bring sand, no, if they bring sand, I will buy them.
We got all this leftover sand.
I will buy that. Buy that.
If they bring
Well,
sand,
if you bring it up,
so they
It can also be slang for.
oh,
Because
Bring your own
the
sand.
one that you
Number 8.
This one was tough.
Yeah.
So, because this is where it starts turning like additive, vocative, and like making it confusing. So I have you keep the garland in the girl's hand.
But you have to say you in the plural.
But there are 17 medicines.
Yeah. Actually, I have it. You second person plural.
Yes, good, good. So if it's not me correcting, if it is somebody else correcting, I don't know.
You
Then they know that you understood it is the you in the plural.
you guys keep the garland.
You all.
All y'all.
You all.
Yes. I'm not sure if you want to say guys in that translation, it may not be.
You people.
No, you then put that in your first way, you did plural.
You all.
You all, yes.
Sound real friendly.
If you are stuck with a sentence like that, please translate it this way. So everybody knows. You, plural.
Plural. Yep. That's what it.
Yeah. David got it right.
Got one right.
Good one, right.
You keep the garland in the girl's hand. Singular, right?
Yes. I think tapeta.
Let you keep the garland?
It doesn't have to be let. This is an order you are
You
giving.
will.
You
You
will.
will keep.
Not will.
Just you keep.
You put. You keep or you put the garland
You keep the garland.
in the hand of the girl.
There girl's hand.
Darika is also translated as damsel.
Put the
D-A-M-S-E-L.
on the
Yeah.
door. You keep.
Yeah, they're two little kids, right? And the mischievous little boy wants to keep taking the girl's garland. So mom says, you keep that in her hand.
There you go. I like that.
There you go.
I like that story. And not
Very
being
clever.
all weird moment.
David is Kusala. Very clever. 9.
You keep the garland from the door's hand. You take the garland from their hand and you keep it.
No. You are putting the garland in her hand.
Under their hand.
Somebody is stealing it from her, but you keep putting it back.
That was a good one, David.
So you keep the garland.
We'll do 9 and 10 and see how far it can go. Salaya Chaya Vasudhaya Patati.
So I have hall as ablative singular.
Yes.
Shadow for chaya is genitive plural.
No.
No? Is it dative then?
Salaya is a genitive singular.
A whole shadow.
It's a whole.
Oh, yeah.
shadow.
But the whole thing I have is the shadow of the halls fall on the earth.
Yes.
But I just wanted to make sure I have the declination correctly.
Yes.
Whole shadow.
The shadow of the hall falls on the earth.
So shadow is dead.
The shadow is.
Shadow is nominative. Feminine.
See, I was thinking it was indirect, but
You said Salaya is ablative singular and we will correct it as
nominative.
genitive.
I'll make something up.
Shadow of the hall. Hall.
It's like a big ball.
H-A-L-L-E. So L-L, right?
How does a hall have a shadow?
Like this hall has a shadow.
When the sun rises,
Yeah.
Don't think of hall as being a narrow room thing. It's a big building. Assembly hall.
Assembly hall.
There you go.
So what's the translation?
It's
the
a
shadow of the hall falls on the earth.
Fall on the earth?
Oh, is it like a hole?
It's not the whole way.
Hall, H-A-L-L.
It's like
The meditation hall.
yeah.
As a whole, the whole building.
Prashna hall. Sorry. Manjusri hall.
The earth shadow falling on the That's a
Sorry.
The shadow of the earth falls on the wall.
It's called nighttime.
Chora Manjusayo Guham Harinsku.
Another confusing word.
Yeah.
So choro, thieves, nominative plural.
Uh-huh.
Boxes. Yeah, boxes, accusative plural.
Mm-hmm.
Guang is cave, accusative singular.
Mm-hmm.
Or dative
Or dative.
Dative, accusative singular, but in the dative meaning, dative sense.
So it's plural?
No, singular.
Isn't it also dative plural?
If it's singular, it's got to be accusative by the way it ends. If it's plural, it can be dated.
I thought in the chart it could be either one,
Oh.
accusative singular or
Plural.
dative plural, yeah.
Yeah, so if you see the declension of Guha, then you will find out. It could be a neuter word or a feminine word.
It was a feminine word, it was in the section right before.
Okay, thank you for checking that. So then it will be declined as so if it is
What
feminine.
page, we'll find it.
Thank you.
For the last 2 minutes you get more light.
Yeah, Guha is on page 35 for the other.
Yeah, Guha, cave.
And then the table is on page 34.
Yeah, here, right?
Uh-huh.
So say Guham, which one it is similar to? Accusative
Oh, there's
singular.
an N in that one, so that doesn't work.
This is it. This is the one.
So it's missing something.
No, the dative genitive plural has an N in it, so that doesn't work.
But it's noun on the dative genitive.
Please take Guham
That's what I
as.
said, so it doesn't work
Yeah.
with that.
Sherry, can we then take accusative singular with the dative?
No, because they're different, there's an N
Yeah.
in the
What?
table.
It's noun for dative genitive plural. It's on.
Yeah, on the.
It's a typo, I think it's a typo.
No, it's Guha is a cave, right?
Yeah, maybe they just left the N out in the text.
No, Guham. See, Guham is similar to.
It's probably a typo.
No. Guham is similar to Vanika.
But that's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Then
that
there
makes
is no
sense.
meaning.
There is meaning.
Cave,
Accusative singular
just
in the sense of dative. In the dative sense.
Now you're confusing that.
So let me give you the meaning of the whole
the
sentence.
whole sentence.
So what confuses?
Salai Chaya, the shadow, no, not that.
Number 10 is the dative.
Number The thieves brought the boxes to the cave.
So two, that's the problem.
Carried.
How did you get the two?
2,
Guham,
because it's accusative singular in the dative sense.
Manjusai.
2 or 4.
So I got hung up that I think it should be locative,
No,
but it's not.
Can it be carried?
Because,
carried.
or,
With these carried boxes to the game?
So a couple of times we mentioned that things can be in accusative sense, but literally that's what you get when you translate it. It can take the dative
oh,
meaning.
because
It's
it's
the-
a motion
Yes,
verb, so the
Yes.
two is inherent with the
it's a
verb.
motion verb.
Right.
It's to the whole.
and I just double checked my cheat sheet, and accusative indicates a direct object, so it's
It's to the whole.
referring to the cave as, yeah,
An object.
like stand to, or go walk.
Catalyst, the motion verbs have a two inherent in the verb. So you need to have the two. Yeah, it's in the book, it's
Is
like.
that what we're deciding?
Little
Little
notes.
notes, right?
And we mentioned it a couple of times
And
here
he
too.
also mentioned it.
There you go.
A couple of other sentences we have.
I just crossed out the vocabulary.
Yeah, we all agree.
First one's typo, right?
Don't say it's a typo and just because.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to this. We have to get to this. Because I really think she beats them.
They said,
That is the best. That's the best option. It has to be.
Okay, class. Go home.
Wait.